let's talk about the renaissance of Lana Del Rey. Elizabeth Grant was born on June 21st, 1985 in Manhattan, New York. She is known for alternative pop music that is nostalgic and has a really unique aesthetic. She's won an MTV Music Award, a Billboard Music Award, a Brit Award. She's been nominated for Grammys, Golden Globes. Rolling Stone named her as one of the greatest 200 singers of all time. And she is my favorite artist. You've probably noticed that I pull a lot of style inspo from her, and every once in a while somebody tells me that we look alike, and it's the best day of my life. I love her. I've been a fan since middle school in a not problematic way, okay? No, I did get into it when I was mentally unhealthy, but now I'm fine. In this series, I use Google Trends data to map the popularity of artists over their career. For this episode, I'm starting in 2011 because while Lana has been creating music since 2005, she doesn't really make an impact on trends data until September 2011. We see a huge surge in search volume about right here. Can you see, class? It's not this one, it's this small one. We see a spike in Lana Del Rey's popularity after she releases the self-produced music video for her iconic song, Video Games. Now, video games, it's beautiful. I love video games. Oh my God, it's a tearjerker. I always think of the elderly people reacting to that song on that one like Elder Reacts channel, and just them hearing it for the first time is me hearing it every time because I'm a stan, what can I say? And it's like sad, but also romantic. And maybe I'm like vapid because I don't necessarily understand what it means because I'm like, it's kind of a love song, but like low-key not. I'm gonna shut up. January 14th, 2012, Lana Del Rey does her Saturday Night Live performance. Now, this was good for her career, but also horrible for her career because she was ripped to shreds for this moment. People made fun of her performance skills. They said she couldn't sing. They said she couldn't perform. They said the song was weird and confusing. Saturday Night Live even did a skit of her the following week. Kristen Wiig did an impression on the Weekend Update. She was torn to absolute shreds. Everybody was like, oh my God, this girl had the opportunity of a lifetime to break out on SNL as a new up-and-coming artist, and she came out and did a horrible job. She's done for life. There's no shot she's making it. But then, just a few days later, on January 27th, she releases her first album, Born to Die. And it debuts at #2 on the Billboard charts. I think that SNL gave her a lot of buzz. I mean, that would be hard to hear all those nasty things about yourself, but it ended up giving her enough buzz to hit #2 on the Billboard, so she laughed her way to the bank. Also, she looked so hot in the Saturday Night Live performance, and I feel like she didn't sound bad. It was just a new sound. People are so weird because, like, in hindsight, I feel like that's just Lana Del Rey. She's just a vibe. Lana Del Rey is not meant for a big performance. She's like listening room. Like my perfect way to listen to Lana is if she like secretly popped into like a speakeasy kind of small lounge and saying that would be peak Lana Del Rey listening. Would I go to a big concert to see her? No, it's the wrong vibe. It's not Eras Tour music where you dress up and go. You're gonna stand there like, like slow motion, you know? I'll get into this more later. She was able to ride this success for a couple months, which if you've been watching my series, it seems like most people get a peak for 1 month and they're immediately down. So if you can stay at a high for 2 or more months in a row, you're really killing it. Are you sick and tired of date night consisting of arguing over what series you'll fall asleep to next? Well, let me introduce you to the Paired app that'll save your love life and your remote life. What's Paired? It's a relationship care app that dishes out daily games, questions, and bonding activities. Paired's mission to make you and your partner happier. How would you do that? I don't know. By sparking fun, meaningful conversations backed by expert advice. Another reason why I love this app is that you don't even have to be in the same room for it to work. You can answer totally separately and then enjoy each other's answers while you're out and about. But wait, there's more. Have you seen the timeline feature? It's like a walk down Facebook memory lane, except without those awkward flashbacks of you at homecoming in 2000.
Click my link below to get a 7-day free trial and 25% off Paired Premium so you can maintain and deepen your connection with your partner.
In March 2012, Lana releases the cover art for her new single, Blue Jeans, which is very controversial because a lot of people said that the cover art of a man choking her was glamorizing Devi. And I mean, once you see her career and you see all of her song lyrics, you might argue that. That might be a fair argument. If it were standalone, I would be like, you're into what you're into. But then you hear all her lyrics and throughout her career and you're like, questionable. People are trying to cancel her for that. She's in so many publications, it's everywhere. So she stays on the up and up as far as search volume. March 22nd, she also gets to perform on American Idol, which I believe gives her continued popularity. Then we move on to April April when she actually releases the music video to Blue Jeans. It was actually well received and did well online. We see her kind of ride this success, and then we see this teeny tiny peak right here in July 2012. This was because she released the music video for National Anthem right in July. Perfect timing. The song is so classic. I love this song. We all love this song. And of course it sparks controversy because it's Lana Del Rey. We see October, November, she peaks once again because in October she releases the music video to Ride, which one is a phenomenal song, but two, in her video she's wearing a Native American headdress, so obviously that got her called out in the press, online, social media. People don't like when you do that. And then on November 12th, 2012, she re-released her Paradise album as the Born to Die edition and featured new songs on it, including Ride, American, and Cola. And if you've ever heard Cola, that's definitely something that's something you talk about on social media. You go, what? I swear, that song, honestly, in my opinion, is not good. That's one of her worst songs, but I think it's just shocking. You go, what are these lyrics? I used to do TikTok lives in character as like this conservative Christian woman, and everybody would always ask me to react to Cola by Lana Del Rey, like literally 10 times a stream, and I did it so many times just being like, my what tastes like what? Comment your least favorite LDR song and your most. My most right now is probably Sweet, because I'm just like sweet like that, and also Get Free. Get Free is actually the best. Get Free is peak. Now class, we're at May 2013 where we see what? Another peak in search volume. I mean, this whole entire era, she's on the up. May 2013, The Great Gatsby comes out and Young and Beautiful is on the track. Now I think this is how most people found out about Lana Del Rey personally. If you talk to somebody who doesn't know who Lana Del Rey is, if you bring up Young and Beautiful, they'll be like, oh, I do know that song. That's a great song. And I'm like, well, that's the legend. That's the queen. She did that. Like even my mom, we went to a piano bar and forced them to play Lana Del Rey music. And then of course the piano bar people only knew Young and Beautiful, but my mom was hyped on it. Now we're to August 2013, and this is considered on Wikipedia, when you look up her bio, one of the peak moments in her career. And obviously, based on search volume, this was good for her. On July 11th, 2013, Cedric Gervais, a DJ, remixes the song Summertime Sadness, and it blows the f up. Like, I remember you could not turn on the radio without hearing Summertime Sadness. Literally the whole summer. It was always. I still can't listen to that song because I put in so many reps in 2013 that my brain is fried from it. So clearly she kind of just rides this wave down, is still working of course, but like nothing noteworthy. If you want more information on Lana Del Rey's career, I'm only hitting her high points, her trending moments. My girl Nicole, I'll put a screenshot, has a very in-depth analysis of all the scandals, controversies, and moments of her career. This is only the peaks based on search volume because I'm a data nerd.
Nerd.
April 2014, Lana gets to do her first Coachella performance. She sings West Coast, and then a day later, she drops the single West Coast, and it's received very well because that song is a banger. A lot of people note this as an endeavor into a new sound for Lana Del Rey, so it kind of marks a turning point in her career. And critics liked this song. It was well received by audiences, so on the up, Lana. Of course, she also released a music video, and all of her music videos do super well. It's important to note that in these years, a lot of her popularity comes from her being a style icon on Tumblr and Pinterest. Now class, we're at June 2014, which as you can see is her greatest peak of all time search volume popularity. This was the release of her second album, Ultraviolence, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. She also performed at the Glastonbury Music Festival, which received a lot of positive feedback, and she had a very iconic problematic moment where in an interview she made comments on death and feminism, where she's very obsessed with death and also she doesn't like feminism. As a diehard stan, I just pretend this never happened and like to imagine that she was just confused. For me, the issue of feminism is it's just not an interesting concept. Well, I have a question for the culture. I'm like, God, I'm just not really that interested. I'm more interested in, like, you know, SpaceX and Tesla and what's going on with our intergalactic possibilities. What a crazy pick-me-ass thing to say. Okay, but here's the thing. I believe in people growing and forgiving people. Sue me. Am I forgiving someone who hasn't apologized? Perhaps. If you think this is bad, just look at my dating history. Kidding. Not kidding. My idea of a true feminist is a woman who feels free enough to do whatever she wants. And when the interviewer followed up that statement by asking her why she's often choked in her videos, she said, "I like a little hardcore love." Don't we all? And keep in mind that Ultraviolence is like the most crazy, aggressive album she has. Like, if you say my favorite Lana album is Ultraviolence, we're gonna assume that you're a little freaky. But hey, no judgment if you're freaky like that. If you're going through it and your favorite is Ultraviolence, please talk to someone. This is where I do my BetterHelp sponsorship. Just kidding, I won't do that to you. I will accept some questionable sponsors one day, but not BetterHelp, baby, because I've been there. Should I publicly be saying this? I was having a mental breakdown and I'm problematic. I don't consistently see one therapist. I like be hopping. I be ghosting and hopping to multiple. You know how that is. Okay, I'm revealing a lot today. And so we were like, oh, let's just get on BetterHelp. You know what's crazy? They like make it sound like BetterHelp will help you like instantly. Why do you have to wait like 2 days to hear back from them? And why is it so expensive? Like, BetterHelp, good night BetterHelp. See you never. We see this teeny tiny peak in December 2014. This is because she was featured on the soundtrack for the movie Big Eyes, which got her like a lot of critical acclaim. Like, the movie was very well received and her contributions to it as far as music were also very well received. So up and up. She also was nominated for a Grammy for her work on Ultraviolence. And on the West Coast, they gotta say, if you're not drinking, then you're not playing with you, the music, you. I love that song. Okay, now we're in May 2015. Lana is featured on the Age of Adeline soundtrack, which gives her a bit of a boost. It's well received. Her music is like a perfect fit for this, so obviously she does well off of that. She also announces her Endless Summer tour that she's going on, which of course, so much buzz since so many people really latched on to Ultraviolence. Now we're in August 2015. We see Lana trending here because she's not only promoting the Honeymoon album, but she also releases a music video to the song High by the Beach, and her music video is phenomenal. Everybody is reacting to it, sharing it, spreading it like wildfire. It goes so viral and gets her lots of attention. After 2015, she releases the Honeymoon album, but it really doesn't do much for her. And I'm gonna be honest, I do not really care for that album. Let me know if you're a Honeymoon head. Me personally, I'm not. It's sad because I feel like that marked the end of her breakout success era and kind of put her in this like treading era, especially for 2016, end of 2015. She's kind of on the downturn. But then 2017, we see a small peak because she releases her single, Love. A few days after she releases the single, she releases a music video, which once again, people love her music videos. They always do pretty well. And she continues to trend. And of course, she's teasing her next album, Lust for Life, which I love Lust for Life. I think it's great. That's where my favorite song is from. Good album, perhaps slept on album, dare I say. It's weird that you never see me and Lana Del Rey in the same room. Just saying. July 2017, the Lust for Life album is finally released. This album debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts once again, and it featured tons of collaborations with like A$AP Rocky and The Weeknd. I'm actually surprised that this didn't give her a bigger spike in search volume, considering that it's like Ultraviolence being #1 on the Billboard, but actually has collaborations that you would think would spike her way more. Weird, but people just really liked this album and there wasn't a controversy, so maybe that's why. Or maybe people already knew who she was, so they didn't have to go search her name as much. Not really sure, but that's July. Now we're in January 2018, where we see another big bump in search volume. At this point, Lana is touring for the Lust for Life tour. She also is nominated for a Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Album on the Lust for Life album. Of course, she never wins Grammys, so the nomination is as good as it's gonna be, guys. And this is probably the real reason she's trending here, but she gets sued by Radiohead for the song Creep sounding too close to Get Free. I don't know where they got that from. That's absurd. I feel like it has to be a PR stunt because I found so much press coverage about this happening. It had to have been something with her label to get her trending. In fall 2018, Lana starts teasing an upcoming album called Norman fucking Rockwell and releases 2 singles from it that are well received by the public. But then she begins to trend in October 2018 for her iconic beef with Azealia Banks. She claimed that Lana Del Rey was not consistent in her stances on certain issues. Don't use Kanye for your own vapid attempts to seem politically aware when there is so much more bootleg witchcraft that you could be doing to try and take down 45. Kanye is not your enemy or the enemy. At the time, Lana Del Rey was quick to fire back. I won't not you the fuck up. Period. Banks, you could have been the greatest female rapper alive, but you blew it. Don't take it out on the only person who had your back. I'll send you my surgeon's number and a good psychiatrist I know in LA. Your psych meds aren't working. You know what? Sometimes if I get a hateful comment in my DMs or a hateful comment, this is how the fuck I want to respond. If you're gonna come for me, send me your credit score, side profile, BMI. See what the fuck I do. Just kidding. Just kidding. Kidding. Her next spike is August 2019. This is when Lana releases the Norman fucking Rockwell album. This album is one of her best, and I think if you asked most stans, most of them would say this is their favorite album. I think it's iconic. It had many nominations for Album of the Year. It had lots of hype and acclaim and so much press. She also released her music video to Doin' Time, which of course went viral and was very well received by the public. You know she did a good job on this album because it was able to keep her trending into the next month. What did I say about double month trends? Good for the career, good. And something that I think is so funny is that this album cover looks so cinematic and timeless and beautiful. And then you look at it a little longer and you realize she's in like a neon green Forever 21 windbreaker and leggings. To me, that kills me. Like, why does it look so cinematic? And then you look and you're like, damn, is this bitch wearing leggings and a windbreaker? So me for real, me. Now we're to May 2020. And if you keep up with pop culture drama, you might know what this is. This is her, can I have a question for the culture moment? On May 21st, 2020, Lana Del Rey faced backlash for an Instagram post where she criticized other female artists, sparking widespread debate and media coverage. Don't let me be misunderstood might be the ultimate manifesto of Lana Del Rey, who published a scathing letter on her Instagram that criticized the culture for letting Doja Cat, Ariana, Camila, Cardi B, Kehlani, and Nicki Minaj and Beyonce have had #1 songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, effing, cheating, etc. Well, I can't sing about being embodied, feeling beautiful, or by being in love, even if the relationship is not perfect, or dancing for money, or whatever I want without being crucified, or saying that I'm glamorizing a. She continued to write, I just want to say over the last 10 years, I think it's pathetic that my minor lyrical exploration detailing my sometimes submissive or passive roles in my relationships has often made people say I've set women back hundreds of years. A lot of people felt like this was problematic because most of the names that she listed were women of color. Why aren't you also getting mad at women of color? I'm a feminist, but at the end of the day, she also followed this up with this weird saying being like, and also we need room for like more submissive, quiet girls like me in feminism and not just loud, annoying people in feminism. So it was just like really pick me and weird of her to do, but now it's kind of a meme. Sometimes I say this, I'm like, I have a question for the culture. Our next peak is January 2021. Lana releases a music video to Chemtrails Over the Country Club, which is a single that's going to be featured on her album that is also called Chemtrails Over the Country Club. And as you can see, we charted for this and then we like fell immediately off right here, so. What can you do? Now we're here in December 2022. This is when Lana announces the upcoming album, Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Her next studio album, which was set to be released on March 10th, 2023. She also releases the title track, Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Which again, I think is one of the weakest songs in the album. I don't know why you're making that the title of the album, but it did get positive feedback from the critics and fans. She also did the funniest stunt of her career where she put a billboard for her album, just one at the release, in her ex's hometown. I love that shit. That is exactly what I would do. And that's why I say, you've never seen us in the same room together because yeah, that is exactly what I do, but maybe it's because I did it because maybe we're the same person. Ever thought of that? Now, I'm gonna say, look at this upward spiral in 2023. Look at her going up. I think a big part of this is TikTok because a new generation is being introduced to her. Everybody's speeding up her sounds, making little cute TikTok trends, and it's just doing really well for her. So the album is released on March 24th, 2023. This, we were all there, we remember it. This had such an acclaim and response from critics and fans alike that I feel like this was her renaissance. That's why I say this is the renaissance of Lana Del Rey, because it's the perfect storm of TikTok blowing her up, the new generation finding her. With the trend cycle, her aesthetic was in 10 years ago. It's exactly 10 years since when she was a fashion icon, so I feel like she's back as a fashion icon, and I think she's gonna be the biggest thing next year, like the biggest. I think she's about to knock off Taylor Swift. I don't know, maybe that's a bad analysis, but this is the renaissance because the new generation gets to find her and they're loving her. Oh my gosh, the new generation, she's really speaking to them, and hopefully not in an ultraviolence way, hopefully in a sweet way. Now we're to July 2023. This is what I call the Waffle House era. Who would have thought? The story goes that Lana was just at Waffle House with her family in the deep south for who the fuck knows why. Somebody in the back noticed her and let her throw on an outfit and just mess around and do orders for people. A couple people took screenshots, put it on Twitter, put it on Reddit, and it blew up everywhere. Literally, even now, if you just Google the phrase Lana Del Rey, the Waffle House stunt comes up for her. And look how much it trended her. Let's be real, we could act like the trend is because people loved Ocean Boulevard so much, but like realistically, this was just because this was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I also saw so many TikToks circulating of her interacting with fans, and she's just such a real person, and I can appreciate that she's like hilarious and real. And you know what, I like that she's a little unhinged and she makes mistakes and she doesn't always say things right. She's not a PR genius, and honestly I think that's needed right now, somebody who's a little messy and not good at PR. I mean, obviously if she really does like think horrible things and is refusing to change her beliefs, that's not somebody that you want to stand. Okay, now we're into February 2024. She is trending because she's on the Tunnel Ocean Boulevard tour, and I feel like a lot of people, when she announced these tour dates, were making fun of her for it only being in like the dumbest southern cities. People were like, why the hell? So this was her era. Look at this era. This is like a huge uptick. Finally, this brings us to the next and almost one of her biggest peaks of all time, February 2024. Now she is on her Ocean Boulevard tour, and also she is teasing her upcoming album Lasso, which is a country album from her, which I'm so excited. She's also nominated for a couple Grammys for her work on Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Why is it so long? I would say the number one reason she's trending in February 2024 is because of the moment at the Grammys. Basically, Taylor and Lana were up for the same category, and Taylor at this point had already won, I think, 14 Grammys, and Lana was featured on one song on Taylor's album. They show up together. It's so clear that Taylor had planned it so that Taylor knew she was gonna win. I don't care what you say. I am fine with Taylor. I wouldn't say I'm a stan, but like I'm not unsupportive of Taylor. She's a very talented artist. This bitch knew she was gonna win, let's be real. She knew she was gonna win. She dressed in theme. She had all of the people that are supposed to be on her next album dress in theme. But what was weird was that when Taylor won, she made Lana go up with her, but Lana had also just lost on her own album. So it was like just really awkward, and Lana just looked shy and nervous. Maybe it's because she was in that weird outfit and she was just like, so everybody was memeing this situation. And obviously if you have any attachment to Taylor Swift, you're gonna be trending. And February, Taylor Swift was the biggest talk of the town because of the Grammys, because of the new album, because of Travis Kelce, because of the Super Bowl. Talk of the town. February, good month to be Lana Del Rey, okay though? That was a good month in the trends. Now we're to April 2024. This, we just lived it, so we know what's going on right now. Lana's continuing to ride the success of Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? And April was also Coachella, where she was a headliner. Now, I had the privilege of seeing this and it was great. It was so fun. She also brought Billie Eilish on stage, which I would say Billie Eilish might be a bigger artist than her. So having that stamp of approval from Billie Eilish, and Billie Eilish actively saying that Lana inspired her work, did a lot. Especially, I think Billie Eilish stans are a lot younger. Like my sister is 12 and a huge Billie stan. I feel like Billie's audience is younger, so then Billie shouting out Lana got Lana the next gen that's on TikTok that's making these funny edits to like 3x speed Lana videos, you know? Now I'm getting a little marketing major on this, but you know how it be. And there you have it, the renaissance of Lana Del Rey in a nutshell. Let me know where you think her career's headed next. I'm very excited for her, and I'm of course excited to have more music from her. The Lasso era, I'm about to be so yeehaw. Thanks for watching. Bye.